Hey everyone, this is going to be one of several videos of me exposing leftists celebrating the end of right-wing, speaker Charlie Kirk. And not just that, but just in general, I will be exposing leftists being violent from here on out. I'm going to try and at least get 1 to 2 videos a day showing how unhinged, how crazy these people are, because they need to be out there in the public. And I don't care. If you're calling for violence or anything like that, you deserve to be homeless. You deserve to never have a job again. You deserve to literally not be able to live a normal life. I'm sick and tired of it. This is how far it has gone with y'all calling for violence and celebrating violence and everything like that. The right wing doesn't do this. They sit there and they'll lie about it. Oh, y'all do it all the time. Look at the guy who attacked Paul Pelosi. You mean Canadian David DePappy, the guy who did it, who literally was not filming the Capitol thing, but is actually filming a nude wedding, who actually has a pride flag out in front of his house from Canada, not a registered Republican at all, because he can't be. The guy who's literally now serving 30 years in prison for attacking Paul Pelosi. The weird illegal immigrant, the guy who the right wing would never want in here because he's an illegal. Absolutely an illegal immigrant. Left wing guy. Yeah, that guy. So, kind of strange how, actually, just because a left-wing person was attacked, doesn't actually mean it was a right-wing person doing it, right? But the same can't be said inverse. When a right-wing person is attacked, it is always a left-wing person. Hence the fact that we now have it confirmed that it was a trans radical that ended up assassinating Charlie Kirk. The bullets were inscribed with all, little messages, stuff like that. It's the exact same stuff as the church shooting. Exact same. This is out of control. The left has done this. It has been confirmed to be a trans activist that ended up getting Charlie Kirk. Let's go to the Tim Walz appointee guy. You know who the Tim Walz appointee guy is? Oh, yeah, he's the one who took out the 2 Democrats. Why did he do that? Because both Democrats ended up voting in favor of deportation with Trump. So that very night, Tim Walz sent a man, his own appointee that he had on his board, a Democrat, to go do the job. How do we know this? Because the guy said that's what Tim Walz did. So we go and we look and we see, oh, he actually was a Tim Walz appointee. Oh, he actually was a Democrat. And the left's like, well, there were 2 Democrats that lost their lives, so it has to be a Republican, right? Nope. That's how violent the left is. The left always does this. We're sick and tired of it. How many trans shooters are there now? Like 24 of them? Kentucky one, all the other ones. I should have brought them up, but I'm going to be more interested in bringing up all these new people. Okay? So, Chrissy Mayer, of course, I'm just going to go through my whole feed. I've been sharing so many of them. There's literally thousands. I could not get them all, but don't worry. I will make time for them. There are no hot women or attractive men celebrating the murder of Charlie. That's correct. That's absolutely 1,000,000% correct. This guy said, Scott Adams, you all know him. He said, I stopped doing public appearances several years ago before I got canceled because I judged it too dangerous. The context was Democrats being hypnotized by the media to believe that they were living literally as they were living during the time of the bad guys from World War II. And they say, don't lecture me, how it's how it started. Yeah, who's the one that's always, causing the violence? Now listen to this absolute idiot.
And as Tony mentioned, not everyone took to his words or his rhetoric. At times, they were offensive to specific communities. But with that said, this is not the time to focus on that. We are focused on this tragedy. Speaking of this tragedy, is this a moment for your party to reflect on political violence? Is it a moment for us to think about the responsibility of our political leaders and their voices and what it does to the masses as they get lost in misinformation or disinformation that turns in and spills into political violence?
I say both parties.
I don't even say parties. I say a nation.
Okay.
And if there's a moment
Even
in time
better.
we want to look to, and I looked back and I watched this again when Robert F. Kennedy is running, and he's in Indianapolis, and he just got the news that Martin Luther King was killed. And he has to tell the crowd, because we don't have social media at that time. And it was remarkable the words he said. He said, we have to ask as a nation, who are we? And how do we want to move forward? We have watched this political attack on both sides. We watched what happened in Minnesota.
I like how he starts off saying by your party, though, because that's just the absolute ridiculous garbage of it, you know? He's lecturing Republicans to moderate their language. And that is what that dude was doing. It's absolutely unacceptable. No responsibility from the left whatsoever. None. They cannot take responsibility for what they have done to this country. You know, here's the Charlie Kirk being confirmed. You know, for if y'all didn't see my last video, it is on my channel. You guys should go check it out. Please like, subscribe, and share and all that if you want to see more as well. Crowder broke this. It turns out it was a trans extreme leftist. Who would have guessed? Now, here's people right here. Leslie Smithson. Whoever you are, I hope to God you lose your job. Unbelievable. Whoever ended Charlie Kirk, thank you, is what she says. Bleeding from the neck, LMFAO. I hope to God you're not a real person, because if we find out you are, you're probably gonna be begging on the street corner. This is unbelievable. You know? This is a crazy one. Following massive backlash, DC Comics has officially canceled trans writer Gretchen Felker Martin's Red Hood series after just one issue. The first issue was released on Wednesday, but DC has now pulled the plug on all future installments. In a notice sent to comic book retailers, DC said DC Comics cancels existing orders for Red Hood 2 and Red Hood 3 and any orders for future issues of the series. DC Comics will credit retailers for all invoiced copies of Red Hood 1, inclusive copies that may have already been sold. When asked by Popverse about reasons behind the cancellation, DC Comics issued a broader statement. At DC Comics, we place the highest value in our creators and community and affirm the right to peaceful individual expressions of personal viewpoints. Posts or public comments that can be viewed as promoting hostility or violence are inconsistent with DC standards of conduct. So, she literally made Gretchen Felker Martin's Red Hood here after one issue following Charlie Kirk comments. It's unbelievable, right? Let's see. I'm going to try and find her here for the heck of it. Let's see what she said specifically. Thoughts and prayers for you, bad guy from World War II, BITCH. You know, hope the bullet's okay after touching Charlie Kirk. I hope to God you absolutely struggle for the rest of your life. I hope any benefits you could try to get are canceled, and I hope you're begging on a street corner. It's unbelievable. You freaking suck. Defended Hamas on October 7th, praised bin Laden's 9/11 attack, called for Israel's destruction. I mean, just everything about this person. Issued violent threats against Jews. Yeah, exactly. It's not edgy. It's actually just calling to violence. It's excusing people. It's unbelievable. What do comments say on this? You know? You mean this Gretchen Felker Martin? Unbelievable that they even employed him in the first place. Yeah. Yeah, this dude, I hope he's begging on the street corner, you know? They know he went too far. We're done with this. We're absolutely done with this. It's beyond it, you know? So here's another dumb leftist. You could read that for yourself there. She's probably right that GUNS are killing people, and we need stronger control. So lunatics don't commit mass endings or end somebody just because they don't like what the other person said. Just garbage, you know? As well as AOC reacts to Charlie Kirk, lashes out at colleagues that vote against. Yeah, she blames. Look at this.
You guys are political violence. And it must end.
You are. What message do you have to your fellow lawmakers regarding the political environment? What message do you have to your fellow lawmakers regarding the political environment and the rhetoric that has been put out in the media?
You know, beyond rhetoric, we need to talk about action. And we need to talk about, yes, there are words, but most importantly, we are in a job of leadership. We are in a job of action. We are in a role and a position where the American people are looking to us to do something about this. And every single day, people are dying due to gun violence in America. And every single day.
Yeah, who's committing it? Who's doing it? Maybe you're right. Maybe we do need some form of control. From now on, if you are trans, you forfeit your right to own a gun. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. I don't anymore. This has to stop. And I don't care if it's even a vast majority of them or not. Because the vast majority of all Shootings that have taken place have been trans. This is not okay. Maybe you should have gotten a hold of your party. Maybe you should have stopped with the violence and stopped with the rhetoric. And stopped calling us the bad guys from World War II for 9 years. That's on you, AOC. You're part of this. You're part of the reason as to why this happened. Here we go. Charlie Kirk Sean, I'm so moved and touched. Here's a guy, Eric. This piece of garbage here. I hope to God, like, okay, so you're from a different country. It doesn't even matter. You're from a third world country. Your opinion's absolutely worthless. This post unavailable? Uh-oh. Looks like they got deleted. I don't know what that one was, but it was another one calling for the end of Charlie Kirk. And celebrating the end of Charlie Kirk. Here we go. I legit don't get it, because what do you mean? Right-wingers have spent the last 4 years telling us that empathy is weakness? No, we haven't. We've never, ever said that. Never. You couldn't even point to one instance. And now they want us to feel bad about Charlie Kirk? Yeah, you're a piece of garbage. Who are you? You know? Let's see. I don't see, this is probably a bot. Or a dude behind it. Just so many people, honestly. Here we go. This person, Rebecca Jones, celebrating Charlie Kirk. Look at that psycho. Look at this. You look like a freak. Internationally celebrated climate scientist. I don't think this person's real, right? 318,000 followers? Oh. Oh, okay. Famed government whistleblower and okay. Y'all, here's one post for her. Y'all, one of the incel bad guys from World War II on here tried to dox me by posting the wrong phone number. Sorry to whoever it belongs to. You know what? You know, I mean... So... There we go. Good enough. We'll get these people taken care of. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm done. All you people deserve to lose your jobs. All you people deserve to eat under the bridge. That's what your life should be. Just homeless. This is unacceptable behavior. You know? This person here, I don't understand why people are angry. He himself said that a couple of endings are worth protecting the Second Amendment rights. Don't feel sorry for him. Remember, empathy, it's empathy, is made up word and doesn't even exist. He said the cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year so that we can have a Second Amendment. Yeah, it is worth it to have some. Not to have lunatics out there radicalized. Sometimes you're going to have to face some bad people. But at the rate where it's coming from, where it's always a leftist, that's a little different, don't you think? Got rid of your picture, didn't you? Probably, probably realized how stupid your post was. Well, not stupid the post was, but how stupid it was to have your information, right? Let's see. This guy here. While I don't condone the ending someone for having different political views, it's difficult to have any sympathy when that person is a deeply unpleasant, extreme right-wing sympathizer, especially when there's a possibility it's a false flag event. Well, guess what, buddy? Was it? Piece of garbage. You would probably think that parrot's real. Piece of trash. He's like, I don't enjoy winding up those who are hard of thinking. Yeah? From 2016, your views have changed, haven't they? You know, ex-lab rat, vegetarian trainee, grumpy old man. That's all checks out to me. All checks out to me. Unbelievable. You know? This is crazy, you know? Again. Now what? You know, I'm genuinely curious about how his, how he's going to respond to that. Here we go. And of course, Democrats still trying to blame Republicans for another, thing. Charlie Kirk shot. So please leave, he meant to say me, out of your rhetoric when you didn't care about this. And this was literally a Democratic lawmaker and her husband and their dog was ended, And I said a Democrat ended them, UPOS, but they're not going to pay attention to that. They're not going to respond. They know who did it, but they don't care. They don't care about the facts. And then here's some these people don't matter. They're foreign third worlders. This guy, nobody cares. Over in India, nobody gives a crap about your opinion. You're not American. You're not valid, Another leftist front line. Charlie Kirk arrived in hell. That's what this person's saying. You know, reporting from where the truth unfolds, unfiltered, unbought, undeniable news. Yeah, it's not news. You're not any of that. 16 followers. Shut up. You've got nothing. You don't report on news. Just a piece of garbage. You know, another POS. I'm not going to read that one because that guy got way too crazy. I can't show on Facebook, on YouTube. Another leftist piece of garbage here. Overlord Mekon, I guess his channel is. Charlie Kirk believed that deaths were worth it to protect the Second Amendment. Trump and his supporters believed that laughing at a hammer attack on 82-year-old man was appropriate. Oh, you mean the one from the leftists that was hanging out with Paul Pelosi? Sure. Let's see. Trump mocks hammer attack on Pelosi's husband. Incendiary speech. He never did that. That's a headline. Show me that he did that at all. School shootings in the U.S. Face facts. There have been 47 school shootings in the United States so far this year. September 10th, 24 were on college campuses and 23 were on K-12 school grounds. The incidents left 19 people and 70... Okay. Who did all those? Every one of them. Trans activist. Every one of them. Why did y'all leave that out? You know, Turning Point USA's history of racism and white nationalist ties. Okay, where? Charlie Kirk's youth-focused right-wing organization, Turning Point USA, has become increasingly radicalized over the last decade, frequently leaning into Christian fundamentalist rhetoric and lies about 2020 election, where they can't even show what was racist at all. They just title it, and then they go and they give their opinion, but they can't show any evidence that any of that ever happened whatsoever. You know? It's absolutely sickening. So this guy's from Scotland, you know. It's a little better, but still not quite, you know, relevant enough to be talking about American. Because, see, the thing about it is all of these people all over Europe and all that claim that they are so much better than the United States. But they can't stop talking about the United States. Fun fact, when have I ever really talked about Europe? It's very rare. Very rare. Because I'm focused on my own country. These people can't be focused on their own country because their own country's garbage. Okay? No offense to Dank, who absolutely loves Scotland. I understand the history of Scotland and all, but even he knows that the people in charge of his country are trash, and a lot of the people in his country are trash. Extremist left-wing people who are incredibly violent. You know? Just unfortunate. Anyway, so, going through that, there's Blue Sky. Absolutely crazy, you know? Kirk had a long-standing problem with the actual bad guys from World War II, and his recent flip-flop on Epstein peed everyone off, some QAnon types. Yeah, that's all fake. QAnon's not real, and that never happened. He was assassinated literally by a freak in girl face. That's what it is, you know? So Laura Loomer, Trump's alleged mistress, that's so stupid. A MAGA pro and Israel influencer targeted Charlie Kirk's weeks before his ending. Loomer painted Kirk as a traitor. Who cares? Infighting with people when they're alive is one thing. Mocking them after they're gone is completely different. Liberals are doing the right's job for it. By lionizing Charlie Kirk and refusing to acknowledge his real political project, they're giving power to the right's completely predictable effort to use his end to forward a goal of authoritarian fascist state. You're so stupid. These people are unhinged. They're psychotic. You know? What happened to Charlie Kirk is also what happened to 20 children ages 6 to 7 at the Sandy Hook Elementary School. I don't remember the right being upset back then, do you? Yeah? Yeah, we were. Who wasn't upset by it? What are you talking about? Well, I just don't remember it. How about you go look on the internet? Find me any right-wing people saying they don't care. Go ahead. I do not think it could be overstated at this point that we do not know who ended Charlie Kirk or why they did it. Actually, wrong. At the time that this came out, too. Wrong. It has been confirmed to be a trans activist. Laura Loomer is the one who criticized Charlie Kirk recently and said he stabbed Trump in the back. Who cares? So they're trying to say, oh, well, this could have been a right-winger. Well, nope. Already figured it out. It's not. I do think it's worth noting that few people in this country contributed to the culture of political violence quite as much as Charlie Kirk. You're such a piece of garbage. Absolutely not. It's unbelievable. Leftists come out and commit violence. And they say, well, Charlie Kirk made me do it. He said mean words on Threads. You know, here we go. You know, official statement regarding the ending of Charlie Kirk Evergreen High School. Oh, okay. This is their statement. I don't want to read that right now. Reason 8 million. A Mets fan, Yankees held a moment silent for Charlie Kirk. You don't honor a man who built his career on cruelty and disinformation. You don't drape solemnly man, that is hard to read for me. Solemnity over a figure who laughed and murdered children for clicks. He never did that. He never, ever did that. Baseball is supposed to be a memory and myth, not propaganda dressed up as a tribute. This person is so sick in the head. None of those things ever happened. This is the problem. Leftists will do anything to justify their means. They will do anything to do it. And I'm sick and tired of it. I'm so sick and tired of it. They'll just sit there. Well, we're going to lie. We're just going to lie about what really happened to justify because we don't like him and we want to celebrate it. That's what they're doing. Okay?
Contending what Israel's doing is bad.
So what Israel's doing isn't bad. Killing children isn't bad, is what you're saying?
Hold on a second, but you have to go instance by...
Is it or not?
Are,
I need a yes
are
or
they
no.
intentionally killing kids? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
No, they are not.
So why
that is
are there
complete
so many
BS.
dead kids? Why are you okay?
Okay, so that's so stupid. It's a country at war. Are people this... I don't understand how the left can be so stupid about this. I really genuinely don't. Israel was attacked. Israel attacked back. They said, give us back our hostages. They said, no, we're not giving them back. So Israel says, we will keep attacking you until you give us back our hostages. And they still refuse to give back the hostages. What else do you want? What else do you want from that? You just want them to be like, okay, you could just keep our people. You could come in, break into our country, and then keep our people. Sorry, that's never going to happen. I wouldn't expect it if Israel went into Palestine. I would never expect Palestine to stop attacking if Israel had their hostages too. If they broke in, grabbed them all up and took them in, I get it. But the thing about it is it's war. That's why we don't want to get involved. That's why I say let them hash it out. It's unbelievable. These people are so stupid. Before you feel sad for this, Charlie Kirk, remember he's a, PDF file, Trump stan, homophobic, Israel simp, and woman trans. Just shut your mouth, piece of garbage. Sun bleach flies, choke enough. Yeah, it sounds like, you sound about right. Absolute piece of garbage. Renaissance, I want to go back to this person too. Over here in Minnesota, I guess, is it? Wait, Maine? Emmy. I'm not thinking of the right one, probably. No, where's Emmy? Is it? Which one is that? Maine. It is Maine. Okay, right, because they can't put MA because Massachusetts. Anyway, whatever. So from Maine, hopefully this person loses their job too. I'm sick and tired of it all. I don't care. Look at this person. Charlie Kirk right now by Big Roast Chicken. Yeah. Unbelievable, right? Whoever this person is, hope they get found out. There's so many of them. He supported the genocide in Gaza, Here we go. This piece of garbage. Is he, Nigeria, you don't even matter. Literally. Who cares about you? You're not doing anything. You're not leaving your country. You're just going to sit in the mud. Dr. Allison Witz. This is one I really wanted to get to. Feel how you feel, but Charlie Kirk was a bad person. Now he's gone. Process it as you like. Apparently, pro-black womanist, writer, and scholar. Is apparently got a doctorate. 50,000 followers. Look at this piece of garbage. Look at this piece of garbage. George Floyd was a father too, and Charlie Kirk called him a scumbag. And then 2 minutes ago, this is why I refuse to respect racists. You are a racist, lady. You are the racist that you claim to hate. It would be foolish to extend this courtesy to people who don't deserve it. This is unbelievable. Like, here is a doctor, should lose her, I think it's a PDH, right? Whatever. I'll just put doctorate. Just in case. If I'm wrong, it'll look foolish. I'm not even thinking straight right now, guys. Lucky they're in a third world country, don't care about them. Heroes of 9/11, same person, Celebrate 9/11, as well as saying Hamas was hiding in his neck, stuff like that. I could confirm I was Hamas, Awful, awful people. Awful, awful third world piece of garbage, During a vigil, Seattle, protester said, I support Charlie Kirk. Here's this.
No, I don't support a Nazi. Charlie Kirk wasn't a Nazi.
You
support his shooter?
Yep, sure do. Freedom.
You support Charlie Kirk's shooter?
Sure do. He does all a favor.
Would you shoot
Hall of Famer? Wow.
somebody like Charlie Kirk?
I would have killed him myself.
You would have killed him yourself. Okay. Do you have a job here in Seattle?
Nope. I take that for a look at Charlie Kirk.
You won't anymore. Fat piece of garbage. You won't do a damn thing. You won't have... Oh, man, you're not having anything in the future. Enjoy being homeless. Piece of garbage. Racist cult leader incites followers to end all white people. There's this. I don't know if this was related to Charlie Kirk.
You want to be free, don't you? Yeah. Y'all bullshit me.
I don't know where this is from.
Why we gotta kill them? Kill them all. You don't want to be free sounding like that. Do you want to be free? Yeah. Do you want to...
Apparently, also, I'm not going to let it play all, but apparently he's including newborn babies. I believe in the death and destruction of white people, each and every one of them. I don't give a damn if the little bastards come out of his mother's womb 3 seconds ago. These people need to be found. They should be arrested. They should never get out again. And then, now, here's this LeBron James thing. This, actually, I need to delete because apparently it was from a different incident. So, LeBron James is not involved. Here's a deranged liberal on TikTok.
Yes, he deserves to die, and I hope he burns in hell. And I really don't want to hear any moral superiority from the people who were just laughing about undocumented immigrants getting eaten up by alligators. Okay. That motherfucker had to go.
Nobody has ever done that. Nobody has ever done that, but look at this freaking cow. Absolute
alligators. Okay.
Absolutely disgusting. Whoever this is unbelievable. I hope you also lose your job and never get to, you know, those glasses look expensive. Kind of. Would be a shame that you couldn't afford those anymore. You know? This person here, the ruler. We don't care about Charlie Kirk, so there's this person.
Please keep it to your fucking self. We don't care. We don't care. We don't care what black man drug you through the mud. We don't give a damn. Keep it to yourself. Because you ain't doing nothing but trying to create an alliance. A whole bunch of motherfucking black women that just hate black men just for one black man that did something to you. And you can blame it on every other black man out here. No.
I really don't know what this is about. So they said we don't care about Charlie Kirk and stuff.
Keep it to yourself. We don't care. We don't care at all. We don't give a damn if you don't like black men. Stop getting on the goddamn TikTok telling people that. Keep it to yourself right in the fucking diary. But we don't give a fuck. To the black women that love black men, and love the ground that black men walk on, we don't give a fuck at all. Damn. Shut up.
Okay, nobody even knows what you're talking about.
I got me a white man. The white man treat me better. Girl, bye. You were still getting the same black man because you never changed yourself.
Okay, so she's just ranting about something, and then this person applied it to Charlie Kirk like an idiot. You know, who's the ruler? From England. You almost don't matter. Just unbelievable. Another lefty here, Charlie Kirk, another necessary GUN death stat so all other Americans could carry. He was shot while discussing gun crime. Kirk didn't believe in empathy. Yeah, he did. You believe in irony? Man, such a piece of garbage. Oh, the pub probably. Yeah, that's probably where you would drown your sorrows until you're homeless. And then you're going to be begging people at the corner of a pub. That's what'll happen. Absolutely disgusting piece of garbage. Black women do not have the brain processing power to be taken seriously. You have to steal a white person's slot. What are you talking about?
Racist.
That's not what he says.
But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action.
That's what he's saying. He's saying that they are saying black women don't have the processing power. This dude took it out of context. He's saying that these people are saying that they don't have the processing power, so they need to take a white person's slot. And it's not true. They could have that brain power. They just got to apply themselves a little bit. That's all. Affirmative action is worthless. Affirmative action says, hey, these people aren't as smart as us. We on the right don't believe that. We believe that they are as smart. I mean, how in the world do you think Carson, who ran for president, is a black man, ended up literally creating the surgeries to remove conjoined twins? He's the first person to ever do it successfully. Top neuroscientist and doctor in the world. Black man. Obviously, more than capable of getting there. You're such a piece of trash for taking him out of context, Elizabeth here. Democrat, liberal, software engineer. I love Kamala and Joe alluring on threads. Ooh, You're going to lose that software job. That's what should happen to you. You are a piece of trash. Piece of trash. This person's a piece of trash. Dez. Just absolute garbage, you know? Did this guy, okay, so there's that. There's a few more I want to get to. Another leftist that apparently got deleted. Okay. Charlie Kirk likes guns. Now he knows what they do. No sympathy for a hero. Well, no sympathy for you either. Melbourne, Victoria. This person clearly has nothing better to do. They must not care about their own country at all to have to pay attention to us so much, you know? Candlelight Vigil in Seattle protester. Okay, so this is the same one earlier. Here's a crazy psycho.
In the neck. As of right now, I think his condition is unknown. And there are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
Like
so
yourself?
on behalf of
You're the bad
everybody
person in
else,
this.
I don't know if he's gonna make a recovery or not. I don't know what his condition is. It just happened as I'm filming this. I saw the video of it happening. I do not feel bad for him in the slightest, and I'm very, very much wondering what MAGA is going to react with.
Oh, I don't know. I hope you like your house for now. You can't even afford doorknobs in it, but you know what? I hope you like it for now because you're going to get used to not having a job and you're going to get used to being homeless. Nobody's going to hire you. Everyone's going to look at you and be like, oh, you're the psychopath that would celebrate violence.
I wonder how they're going to make this about how black people shouldn't be allowed guns or trans people. They're probably going to blame a trans black person. I don't fucking... But we can all celebrate because something really awful happened to a really, really awful guy. And again, if you're one of those dipshit people that are like, no matter what happens, you should never wish death on some... I'm going to cheer and dance and sing. Thank you very much.
Well, you go right on ahead. Cheer and dance your way underneath the nearest bridge for you to live under. Absolute psychopath, you know? This is gonna be the worst day of her life. She has no idea. I mean, she's literally posted herself in full, celebrating in one of the worst possible ways. She's probably gonna be one of the most hyper famous people celebrating this, you know? This needs to be reported. So this person here is the Charlie Kirk going to college. He said something big will happen tomorrow, but they didn't show the full GIF, I guess, they posted. I think that might be the person who did it, but I don't know. This guy's a third worlder. Nobody cares about him. He doesn't even matter. Leftists are in the U.S. celebrating Charlie Kirk. Okay, so here's another one.
Guys,
all right,
please let the rumors be true. Let the gossip be reality. Please.
Good Lord, get that gut under control.
Guys,
oh my God.
You gotta pronounce that. Oh my God, this is literally like, I swear to God, the equivalent of like the big, beautiful obituary. Like, we're so close. We're this fucking close.
That's sad that this is what happened to the dude from The Sandlot.
I swear.
Okay, no offense to the dude from The Sandlot. He's actually a pretty cool guy, I think. But, oh my God. I don't know if that's a chick or not. It's hard to tell whenever you have so many layers blowing your face up like a frog.
It's close, that is for sure. I am definitely popping a bottle tonight. I can't believe this. Whoever did it, I just want to say thank you so much. Whoever did it, they finally did it for the sake of humanity. Thank you so fucking much. Thank you.
This person seems way too young to have their life ruined. But that's tough, isn't it?
He's dead? Fucking shit.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. To everyone saying that it was such a senseless, violent act. I want you to remind yourself that it was God's plan.
Oh, was it, Miss 666? I bet you know a lot about God.
I mean, really, it was actually his fault because, like, he should have been wearing, like, a bulletproof neck brace or something. Like, I cannot believe he walked out the house without it. I mean, really, you have to be aware of what you're wearing in public so that, like, people don't target you.
Why? He thought maybe he could get leftists to be nice. And you're, like, sitting here saying, no, we're crazy. Of course we would have attacked him.
And you don't become a victim. So I guess this is just another example of God's plan in action.
Well, you're gonna find out, lady, because no one's gonna hire you anymore.
It was not a senseless act of violence. This was God's plan. Happy
So with Charlie Kirk getting shot, it's a good time to remind us that he is the one who said verbatim that gun deaths are worth it for to keep his gun rights. So as long as we don't take any guns from anybody because of this, he died a happy man.
I would say pour one out for Kirky boy, but I don't waste good beer on little bitches.
I don't think you drink beer at all. You probably drink piss, but whatever. Absolute disgusting people. Every one of them deserves to lose their livelihood. You know, and they're going to find out. No one's going to hire them. No one will hire them when they know who these people are. You know? Folks, relax. You'd be okay with his death. You should be too. He's looking up or down right now saying it was worth it. Yeah, up yours. Cubs Nation, huh? Who are you, guy? Oh, he's one of those fake bodybuilders. You can absolutely tell he is on roids. Unbelievable, you know? Piece of garbage, apparently from Antarctica. Yeah, I believe that. He thinks he's probably tough enough to be able to tough it out down there, you know what I mean? This guy's just absolutely garbage. I hope all these people get exposed. There's so many of them, you know? So many of them. Charlie Kirk had a security team. Yeah, I wondered how this happened. He had a shirt saying freedom. I mean, it's just crazy. It's so sad. This person was fired. Okay? Middle Tennessee State University. Statement from MTSU President Sidney A. McPhee. McPhee? An MTSU employee today offered inappropriate and callous comments on the social media concerning the horrific and tragic murder of Charlie Kirk. The comments by this employee, who worked in a position of trust directly with students, were inconsistent with their values and have undermined the university's credibility and reputation with their students, faculty, staff, and the community at large. This employee has been fired effective immediately. We extend our deepest sympathies to the Kirk family. Sincerely, Sidney A. McPhee, President. Get bent. This is an example for the people before. This is coming for you. Same with the DC girl, you know, who got fired. Girl, chick, guy, whatever it's so fat, who can tell? This is what feminists are like. You know, maybe Charlie Kirk shouldn't have spent years being a hateful, demagogic fascist, and this wouldn't have happened. Maybe he should take some personal responsibility. Or maybe you guys could actually take responsibility for your actions instead of what we say or what anybody else says, you know? And look at what this monstrous feminist said. Yeah, okay. But anyway, this is what Asmongold has said. If you guys want to make a list, if I have time tomorrow, I can put them all together in a video with links to their employers. 100%. This is going to get serious. You have the absolute most famous people creating, like YouTube in general, Twitch. We are going to compile. All of us are going to work together to compile. Now, here's one final one that I do want to show here. This man, after Charlie Kirk ended up having this happen, was celebrating. Who is this? It seems like more people may have known about this going down than we would have realized. That's why it makes me think that it was that one trans guy. You could see where this is. You could see the canopy and everything. You could see where they're at. This is very much it. You could see Charlie Kirk is off laying down over there, and he's cheering. I want to know who this is. This is insane. You know? Count Dankula, you don't get to spend a decade spewing the rhetoric of calling your enemies fascist, bad guys from World War II, subhuman scum, etc., then post commiserations when they get popped off by some loony radicalized by the same rhetoric. Stephen Colbert addresses Charlie Kirk's ending. Political violence does not solve any of our political differences. Yeah, well, you absolutely caused this, Stephen Colbert. You had a major hand in it. You know, this is crazy. Oh, a teacher at Goose Creek School District in Texas suggests that Charlie Kirk deserved it. Here we go. Here's someone. Jennifer Courtemanche? I'm not sure. Utah Governor Spencer Cox is calling Charlie Kirk's ending politically motivated, saying this was a tragedy for our nation because Kirk was an American. How devastated they are. I'll bet if the victim had been black or brown or a Democrat influencer, he'd have been singing a different tune. BS, dude. Could Kirk have baited just one too many people? Could this have been the consequences of his actions catching up with him? Fire her. This is insane. Are there any others? Are there any others at all? Okay, I don't think so. I don't think I've got any others so far. I will be making more. Expect more videos on this. I will be exposing these people. I'm sick and tired of it, guys. I know this droned on for 40 minutes, but I want these people shamed. I want these people found. Let me know if you like the 40-minute version of me just going through everyone, or if I should break it up into more videos. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys here in the next one. Later.